Hello, here's my guide on how to build this walking and swimming duck. So I'm building this along with my son Greg. He got this for his birthday recently. You can see that just like a Tamiya kit, it's made up of sprues, but then there's also a working motor in there. There's a few other parts here, including these foam parts that help it float, and some stickers and screws. Let's get started. Now firstly, this comes with more cogs than you need. Use this diagram in the instruction to get the right gears, lay them out and put all the other ones off to one side. Don't need many tools for this, we just used sprue cutters, sanding stick, tweezers and screwdriver. No glue is needed. Some of these parts were a little bit on the sort of tight side, so if you are doing this as a younger builder, maybe ask an adult to help. These all slot in here. Then pop this cog into the top and test to make sure that it's working by giving it a little spin, and they should all rotate at the same time. Then sandwich the other side on top very carefully, not to dislodge any that are in there now. And screw these together. These are small Phillips head screwdrivers. This is the battery casing. That little smoothed down on the edge. And then this wire here needs to kind of go in from the side. I've not quite done it properly there. And the spring slots in the other end. Follow the instructions if we're not being clear enough here. And then the motor goes onto the end of that. Small little O-ring goes over the end. And then there's one piece that needs to be removed from this before slotting it over the top to clip these two sections together. And there we have it. Larger O-ring goes over here. Use the instructions to make sure it's in the right place. I think this is to prevent water from getting in, and as well as that there's this small tube of grease. I found that this was quite difficult to get out, had to sort of bend it over. And then I used a small little bit of sprue just to spread it out. I wonder as well whether this is to displace water to stop it from getting into the battery compartment. Small cog goes onto the end. And then there we are, I'm using a Panasonic AAA battery. And then you can use this to test if it works. And yeah, it works. A lot of this is snap tight. And it's probably good not to glue any of these joins, just in case there's something that's gone wrong and you need to open it back up afterwards. There you are, you can see it works again. Now for the feet. Now you've got this foam part here. Foam parts are used in this to make it float. Make sure you refer carefully when putting the feet together because they are slightly different on the left and the right. There we are. And put them at opposite positions on either side because that will help it walk. There we are. Flapping flippers. Now this is for the kind of head and neck section. Be built in such a way so that it will bob its head forward and backwards as it walks or swims. This doesn't feel particularly secure until you put the head on at the end, and then that all sandwiches it together. This all needs to be assembled in the correct place. For instance, that U-shaped section on the left of the head there needs to go around the inside of the wheel leg piece. This was one of the toughest parts, putting these screws onto the underside here. Found having two pairs of hands was quite useful here. This wheel goes at the back, acts as sort of a steering mechanism, so sand it flat to make sure that it will run smooth. This little pin here will work as a sort of hinge, and another O-ring goes over that. There we are. Then finally you've got three pieces here. The two halves of the duck's body, which slide onto the pins on that section below the neck, and then you've also got the tail, which is part of the foam piece to help the duck float. So it's a good idea to do one side at a time, then fix the tail onto that side, and then slide the other one. The tail can also be adjusted to act as a rudder whilst you're in the water, while the duck is in the water, I should say. And when doing this, it really helps to have a look from the underneath to make sure that all of those pins are going in correctly. There we are. And there we are, it walks. Now for the stickers. Now unfortunately these aren't particularly good. I think it might be something to do with the sort of smooth surface of the duck, I'm not sure, but the ones on the beak that have to sort of curve around, they just don't seem to stay on very well, and we were very worried about getting them wet because I think then they would probably fall off straight away. So if you do have any paints, it might be worth just painting the beak on instead. However, the eyes seem to go on no problem, probably because they're a lot smaller, although using tweezers like this really helps. And there we are, a completed duck. Now Greg's going to show how it works. And yeah, very nicely engineered little duck. And as well, he swims here in the bath. And like I say, you just tilt that tail at the back to redirect him in different directions.
Go that way.
So thanks very much for watching. I know I said I'd be getting back to cars very soon, but this was something which Greg wanted to build, and I thought it would be good to share with you guys. So let us know what you think down below. Also, have you built any of Tamiya's motorised kits? I know they make a penguin as well, for instance. Thanks a lot for watching. Please leave a comment, like, subscribe, all of that stuff, and I'll see you soon.